All right. People of Earth, konnichiwa, chikyu no hitobito, whatever it's called in Japanese. I'll keep trying until someone corrects me. So, I was gonna do a Japanese lesson for myself by myself, and this has made me think a lot, and eventually I've realized I don't have exactly the correct plan of doing it. So to me, Japanese is a difficult language to learn because there's like three, I don't know what to call it, written languages. There's hiragana, which is just Japanese written in symbols, syllable symbols. There's katakana, which is like blended from other languages, mainly English. Also syllables, but slightly different. And then there's kanji, which is a guess the word type Pictionary thing. It's completely impossible. So whenever I see a Japanese sentence written in Japanese, it'll have a mixture of these three, at least of two, but usually of three. And I find that a giant hurdle to overcome because I also have to understand, I kind of have to translate these sentences into Romanji or Roman letters so that my brain picks it up. It's tough. I'll get around to making the tutorial lesson thing, but I'm not what you'd call a polyglot, whatever, a person in command of several languages. Because I guess at some point, if you're Lafongo-ish or whatever, a new language is just another way of doing things. It doesn't really startle you or scare you or anything. It just, okay, so that works that way. This works this way. Fine. I mean, a polyglot is basically someone in command of more than one language. They're off poly. I do understand English and I command a hell lot of Norwegian, but that's like being the lord of the dumpster fire or some shit, so that doesn't really do anything. So I'll get back to the Japanese lesson for myself to myself, but for now, I've been doing what you would call procrastination. An important skill, no less. I've been doing jigsaw puzzles. Actually, not plural, singular jigsaw puzzle, but several times. So the last 3 days I've done the same puzzle alongside my morning coffee, which, takes 3-4 hours. I'm just trying to, what I'm really doing is trying to come up with an excuse for not doing what I was supposed to do. That's how it works. And while I'm doing that, and here's the story for today, this is warning, it's going to be a shock to you all. I'm a bit of an Aryan fan. As you can see up there, here, there, here, and my underwear, probably. So while doing the jigsaw puzzles, drinking my coffee, I've been listening to my old Aryan records, mainly the live albums, the live recordings. The story is when I went to see Arion for the first time in 2015. It was the first ever Arion concert. I got tickets. This was in Rotterdam in Holland. I splashed for the Omega 5-star hotel. Spent most of my days laying in the bathtub, eating kebabs, enjoying the bubbles, and watching TV from the bathtub because it was that kind of hotel. I went to the show, had my brain blown straight out because it was so amazing. And how do I get to this point? The main singer, the singer playing the part of me for the theater equation, was James LaBrie, the vocalist from Dream Theater, whom I've also always been a big fan of. He was staying at the same hotel. which made me think, oh wow, there's a chance I'm gonna bump into this legend of an icon of an absolute master of the game of music, basically. This happened. I went to the concert, went through Rotterdam streets, and learned a lot about strange bits of Dutch cuisine and culture. I woke up slightly reduced. I mean, I was barely hanging on by a thread. My then girlfriend dragged me down to the buffet, which was 40 euros, mind you, because it was all you can drink champagne alongside the all you can eat eggs and bacon and a ton, a smorgasbord, as they say, of food. I went down there, was flabbergasted by the food, but my main focus was not throwing up on the food or my plate. My plate was actually empty when I sat down. I had a glass of water and I thought maybe I'll get this down if I'm really lucky and play my cards right. So I'm sitting there. Can't believe I paid 40 euros for this breakfast, but I can't eat because I'm so sick. The table next to me, James Labrie, the hero of yesterday's show. And I'm like, oh my lord, this is my one and only chance to ever say, hello, sir, I enjoyed your performance thoroughly. I have never thought this could be as good, but it was that good, and you were a huge part of my enjoyment. I loved it, but I was... The better angels of my nature told me, don't. You're just going to throw up on him. And he was there with his family, his significant other, 2 children, I believe. I kept looking over there and I thought, but I have to do it. I gotta do it. This is my one chance. But I did decide against it, and that has bugged me for years. It wouldn't have been a good idea, but it bugged me. Today, I realized when watching the Aryan shows back, actually I watched the Theatre Equation back and I read through the leaflet. And in the leaflet it says that James Labrie lost his mother but days before the first show. Which on no uncertain terms would have made my approach even less desirable for the family. So I'm very happy I didn't do that. This is something I have learned through the art of procrastination. Okay, so let's see here. This is my, well, most immediate Aryan stash. We are going to Theatre Equation. Our classic 2015. As you can see, maybe on the cover, we have James Labrie of Dream Theater, whom I met that fateful day. Let me see if I can find the actual quote. I wish I had more hands. There we go. James Labrie. I dedicate this performance to my loving mother, Elizabeth Jane Labrie, who passed away but days before the first show of Theatre Equation. Yeah, that is crazy. Crazy. I guess I lucked out. I've also learned, and this is despite my... I don't have claustrophobia so much. I despise claustrophilia, but that's for a different episode. But in Japan, everyone kind of wants to try these capsule hotels. Basically means you sleep in a coffin. Good luck, son. Which doesn't appeal to me at all. But during the last couple of days, I've been like, maybe I'll give it a thought. And I did find one that actually appeals to me somewhat. So I guess this is part 1 out of 3 of Sargoth kind of thinks he wants to do the capsule thing. Part 2 will be me doing the capsule thing, and part 3 will be me ranting about how absolutely unequivocally horrible experience that was. But we'll burn that bridge when we get there. So yeah, that's it for today. I'll get back to you with something else, and one day the Japanese lesson to myself. So, ja, ne, I guess. See you then.